corner where the treats at.
Is this the passing of the torch, right? Is this what this signifies?
It comes down to that front office and what they feel is most important.
The champ is here. We've touched down from a higher plane. Why you landed here?
We always look forward to that week because it was always intense.
You know that we ain't coming back. We about to.
The man, the myth, the legend, Dante Hall. My favorite player growing up was Dante Hall. I love you guys in the show, but Dante was my guy.
Get to dashing because you done on the war field.
This episode of Chief Concerns is brought to you by betonline.ag. Hey there, Marcus Dash here from Chief Concerns. Just want to comment and say BetOnline is your #1 source for all your sports betting needs. Get the latest odds, lines, and matchup reports for football, baseball, boxing, golf, and much more. BetOnline continues to be the fastest and easiest way to place your wagers, including live betting and your favorite casino and card games available to play right from your phone. Head to the website or use your mobile device to sign up today and get in on the action. Remember to use promo code BELIEVE, BLEAV, for your 50% welcome bonus on your first deposit. Bet online, where the game starts. Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Cash and Props and Cash with Jason Dunn and Marcus Dash and Teja Dash. JD will be coming on here shortly. Last week we came to you guys on Saturday morning. It was my birthday, and I appreciate everybody who reached out and gave me a happy birthday to ring in my 30th year.
Nice.
It was really nice from everybody, the outpouring of love that we get from all of our viewers and listeners, and also Twitter followers. I will say, going to year 30, still look like $1 million. I still feel like a little kid. 30 is just a number. It's really just a mindset for me. Just act young, still try to be youthful as possible. Be all right. That's how I'm going with this year.
Well, watching the Chiefs every week, it's aging you quite a bit, though, isn't it?
Oh yeah. You can see I feel young, but I got the white hairs on the side. I don't know if you can see. I got a haircut a couple weeks ago. So we're gonna get into it. Last week, our bets, my bets got obviously screwed for the last few weeks because of having us win. When you have the Chiefs win your same game parlay and they lose, it doesn't matter how well you're hitting the other props. You're done.
Yeah, that's true. I had Buffalo plus 7.5, but I don't know what I missed last week. I missed a couple of them though. I think I went 3. Did you take record of that one? I think I went 3 of 5.
I did not take record of that one. I just kind of scrapped it because
you just wanted to forget about it. Just like light it on fire now.
We see the Green Bay game in this, man. It's like I feel good about this week though. I will say that.
Oh yeah, back maybe.
I feel pretty good about this one. We're gonna begin here. I want hoping JD would get on here soon. We're gonna go ahead and begin. Teja's gonna lead the way with his initial picks, and so we'll get right into that. We have a couple people in the room right now. So of course, obviously, betting's new to a lot of people in the country. Teja and I have been betting for a really long time. Degenerates. I mean, when I was growing up at age 8, I was seeing this guy bet when he was in high school, and I was like, what is that? Like, I've been into this for a while. Taja's been into it for a while. But of course, you guys have any questions, always feel free to leave a comment on the video or right in the chat. It's the beauty of watching this live. But we're gonna go right to it. Taja's gonna lead the way here. I think JD.
I've been betting for so long that we were using Western Union to get the money to those offshore companies. So
wow, that's
been a while. It's been a while.
Hold on, let me get the video up or the slides up.
Yeah, take your time.
Boom.
There. Okay. Let's start with KC minus 2.5. I think at the very worst we win by, knock on wood, you hear that? Very worst we win by a field goal. Obviously, I'm hoping for a wider margin of victory, but I just expect this to be kind of an ugly affair. I think we'll play focused and angry. We could totally blow them out, but this to me is just betting a little more scared because of us shitting the bed the last few weeks. Under 44.5. This one I feel a lot more confident, but not that I don't feel confident about the 2.5. But like you said, we've lost a couple of these just from the Chiefs losing.
Yep.
So the last 5 games for the Patriots, they've allowed 12.8 points per game. The last 3, they've allowed 11.3, second in the league. In the last 5 games, the Patriots have scored. Do you think over or above that number, 11.3?
Last 5 games?
Yes.
Well, I know, Chargers game, no. Redskins or Commanders game, no. I know last week they scored above that.
8.2 the last 5 games is their points per game.
Wow.
8.2. Okay.
So last week was their highest total by a lot then of the other 5 games. That upped it.
Yeah.
Jesus.
So I was like, whoa, I did the math again. So the Chiefs, the last 6 games, we've given up an average of 20.5 and have scored an average of 17.8. So when you mix all those together, man, it's gearing up for one of the safer under totals we've had in quite some time. I think it'll be in the 30s. I don't think it's going to be as bad as the Vikings-Raiders 3-0 game. I think it'll be under 44.5. I think it'll be in the 30s, but I'm just giving it a little buffer because, been bit by the standard lines. What's the actual line on the over-under? Do you know?
I believe it was 37.5.
That actually sounds very, very accurate. So next one, Rice, 40+ yards receiving. We've gone over the numbers ad nauseum. We've gone over the yak, gone over the targets, the receptions increases the last 5 or 6 games. It's all going up, right? That's actually not when I like him. I like him this week because Belichick's career with the Patriots, he's done a good job of taking away your best player on offense. Ours is Kelsey. So I think he just takes all of his effort to get Kelsey out of the game, especially with our receiving problems, and says, okay, I'll put my best corner on Rice, and the rest of your guys won't beat our number 2 and 3 cornerbacks.
Hey, look who's there he is.
What's up, fellas? What's going on?
Nothing much,
That's
JD.
right.
Man.
Just getting into these Teja's week 15 bets here.
Okay.
Can you see from the phone, JD? Can you see on the screen?
It's a little tough to see. So
Okay.
tell me what are the bets?
So I'll go over one more time real fast. So Kansas City -2.5. I think we win a little more handily, but I'm scared because of the last few weeks of obviously our struggles. Under 44.5 total. I was just saying that the Patriots have allowed 11.3 over their last 3 games, 12.8 over the last 5 games, and the Patriots have only scored an average of 8.2 per game the last 5 games. Mix that with us, who over our last 6 games, we've given up an average of 20.5 and have scored an average of 17.8. I think this is staying in the 30s, but I'm going to give it a little buffer and go 44.5. The next one I was just talking about, Rice, 40+ yards receiving, and not because of all the targets and catches and yards and yak he's been getting, but just because I think Belichick's going to try to take Kelsey out of the game. And I think he's going to rely on his number 1 corner guarding Rice and the other 2s and 3s handling our other guys one-on-one. I think that's going to try to be his game plan. I think we lean more on Rice and we try to, bail out Kelsey of having a not so great game because they're going to be all over him. On that same thought, the other guy I have the same thought about is McKinnon. So I'm taking his over 2.5 catches. In McKinnon's last 5 games without Pacheco, pre-Pacheco, just last 5 games with no number 10 on the field, he's cleared 2.5 his last 5 times. So he's done at least 3 catches in each of the last 5, pre and hurt Pacheco. The last bet I have is Butker over 2.5 field goals. So I think we do move the ball against a tough New England defense, but New England is toughest in the red zone, which is our biggest inconsistency all year is the red zone offense. They are the 6th best red zone TD percentage defense in the league. The other defenses that rank close to New England in the red zone are Minnesota, Butker had 2 field goals, Jets, Butker had 3 field goals, and Green Bay, Butker had 2 field goals. There you have it.
And you got him at 2.5?
It's 1.5.
Oh, 1.5. Okay.
Yeah, so 2. I have him at 2.
Okay.
Which is pretty good. I think it's -160 for that bet, which I like.
All right.
Yeah, I do like that. I've been bit by the field goal thing, man. I can't go back into the field goal.
I
Bets.
know, but there's more strategies to thinking like, okay, just pick it. There's good numbers behind this sport.
Well, I get that, and there are strategy when I pick it as well. But like, I mean, I just it's bit me too many times.
Yeah, I hear
JD,
you.
what do you think, buddy?
So I definitely the under the 2.5. I do like that. Obviously, I think it's going to be easy. That's an easy bet to me. On that one. The under the 44.5 is not a bad bet. I think I had the score coming out 28-10. I think, Marcus, if I'm not mistaken.
I believe
think
so.
it's
Yeah.
what I projected
I like that.
for us. So yeah, definitely under the 44.5 is a good bet. The Rice over 40 yards, receiving yards. I think it's a pretty done deal. We know Rashid Rice is the guy for us now that has been doing a tremendous job, and like you said, probably try to take Kelsey away. But also, too, here's the thing though, Bill Belichick, because he understands that Rashid Rice is now our guy, our number one. He's probably going to do the same thing, trying to match up with Rashid Rice, trying to make sure he's not in the game as well, trying to take him out. But I do believe, maybe a couple of the screens, wide receiver screens, a couple little slants and whatnot, he'll definitely get over the 40-yard receiving yards.
He's so good with the yak that it's just so hard to completely take him out of the game. You know what I mean? Like, even if you do a good job covering him downfield or through crossers, just a couple of those quick screens, and he can get like 8 or 9 yards on those suckers.
Right. Yeah, I like that a lot. I think without a doubt, for what we've been seeing in the past few weeks, I do believe we're going to lean on him heavily, especially going into the playoffs. And this is a great game to do it. So I definitely do see that definitely happening with him. Now, this is the McKinnon 2.5 catches. That might be the only one that gives me pause on that one. Okay. For the simple fact, man, I don't know. It seems like a lot. 3 catches, because you just never know how it's gonna play out. I don't even know how the New England. Do you know what they're ranked as far as against running backs right now?
As far as receptions go,
yeah.
So their last few weeks, they gave up 3 catches to Najee Harris, 4 catches to Jalen Warren, 2 catches to Eckler, 1 to Barkley, 1 to Taylor. Antonio Gibson at 5. Antonio Gibson's probably the most McKinnon-y out of all those guys, actually.
Right. I was going to say, yeah, most guys.
He had 5 in that game. James Cook at 3. That goes back pretty far. That goes back to early October. That's a pretty good sample size.
Yeah. So that's
a lot of those guys, more often than not, they went over that, and we definitely feel more coming without. But Pacheco is there. I wouldn't be doing this. But without Pacheco is catching 2-3 balls a game himself. Even with So it's like, take that away. I think they're going to try to make CEH more of the between the tackles guy, which means McKinnon's going to, especially with the Kelsey, them trying to take Kelsey out. And if you think they're going to try to limit Rice, someone's going to be open for balls.
Oh yeah. I think I put on there. I was just talking on the show. I think McKinnon is maybe 5th, 6th leading receiver on the team, something like that. Like, it's crazy. I'm just like, how did he come up being that? Maybe I'm mistaken. But yeah, the 2.5, it's doable. After you gave me those all the numbers on the other guys, I think it might be that might be an option. Going to McKinnon, like you said, taking out Kelsey. So I could definitely see that. Butker for the 1.5 over. Yeah, I just hope he doesn't, because I want to see our offense.
Yeah,
right?
Me too.
I don't want that bet to be what it is, but hey.
Unfortunately,
I know, but it's not a bad bet. It's not a bad bet. It's not a bad bet at all. Because we're looking for it's the one the angry Pat, right? Marcus is what you were saying. This is the
Pissed off Pat.
the pissed off Patty. Yeah, pissed off Pat. So
PO'd Patty.
If you also
Yeah.
look at some of the other lines they have for us too, like Mahomes, for instance, is 1.5 touchdowns. Our running backs don't have a high. I maybe CH does, but I didn't look at it yet. So like they don't. It doesn't look like they project us to have a lot of touchdowns in this game, just based on the baseline of this. So points are going to have to come from somewhere, unless our defense. Hey, but against the Patriots, a pick six or a fumble for a touchdown is on the table. So that could also.
Sure.
I'm not even considering that until now, but
right. So pretty decent bets right there, Teja. Pretty decent bets right there. You know, I think they all got a really good chance to hit, man. I think they do.
So for our listeners, not the YouTubers, that's 25 to win $142 with Teja's bet right there. Just glancing at the rushing. Yeah, they CH's rushing total, they have it set at 49.5. McKinnon's rushing total, they have it set at 11.5 yards. I'm pretty sure he had more than that last week. I think he had like 13, right?
yeah, I think so.
I think so. Yeah,
I'm
only 11.
No.
Yeah, 11.5.
Yeah,
Yeah,
McKinnon had 4 for 19 last
Yeah.
week.
That's an interesting one. 11.5 yards.
Yeah, I had to go up on that. I had to take that bet if that's what it was.
Yeah. And then receiving wise, they had CH 14.5 yards receiving. And McKinnon
He had
17.
4 targets last week, 2 for 29.
He looked pretty good catching the ball in the backfield. I mean, that was his thing coming out of college. And
I know.
We kind of used him in that respect after 5 years.
I think they'll try to create that, at least, mimic what they did last week. Why not? Why not build on it, right? I mean, especially if there's any reason or slight chance that this shoulder injury to Pacheco is lingering, right? That may keep him out or whatever. Like, you got to make sure you know what you have in CH right now. You got to make sure he's able to do the job that you're asking him to do. And I don't have no doubt. I'm not saying I'm doubting that. But you definitely got to give him the carries and whatnot, so he's getting acclimated to that if need be, right?
Yeah.
So,
I mean, you saw that Pacheco got the shoulder surgery today, JD. Did you see that?
No.
He got a shoulder cleaned out. They said he should be able to go a scope surgery. They said he should be able to play next week. He went through the walkthrough today, but apparently he got the shoulder surgery yesterday.
Oh, wow.
That scare you a little bit? And he wasn't speaking like it was a big deal, but surgery.
Yeah. Dang. So I guess they kind of figured, give him about 3 weeks, a month or so, just to be all the way right.
Yeah.
I mean, to me, that's the only way they would do it. That's the only way they would do it.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay.
Yeah. All right. So I'm going here. So Teja and I we're starting to get the same kind of bets every week as far as the Rice bet and our the Chiefs minus 2.5 is the one that we have, and the Rice bet. Those are the two ones we have similar this week. So yeah, Chiefs minus 2.5. I think we win this game. JD, what did I say? I said we win 28-14. Was that the score I had?
I think so. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think we win 28-14 this week. So I don't think the 2.5 is going to be even close. And quite frankly, I thought this game, looking when I saw the over under of 37.5, I thought this game was going to be kind of ugly, but then I looked at the weather. JD, 51 degrees and partly sunny on Sunday in Foxborough, which is like,
oh wow, okay.
So, because at first when I saw it, I was like, wait, is it supposed to be like a wintry mix kind of game? It's kind of ugly and just gray, but no, yeah. 51 and partly cloudy. That's like summer weather for them.
Perfect weather, Marcus. Is that
great kicking weather?
Yeah.
But yes, JD, this would, if I saw this weather for a winter Wonderland Bowl in a couple weeks, yes, I'd be very happy about that.
Okay.
That passes my test.
Yeah, but it's only 2 degrees more than what it was they were saying last week.
Yeah, when you get into it's the 99. It's the 999 thing, right?
It's the
40s. It's one thing. 49 and 51, big difference.
But I think I think when I looked at it, I think the wind chill was like something like in the 38 or something like that last week. It was It was cold, but then when you look at the wind chill, I think it was even colder. So that means 51. So that means it's probably gonna be like 42 wind chill. So
Also,
no,
the sun's
that
out
would
too. The sun's out
sun.
a big deal because
that's different too. 1 o'clock game versus a 4:25 game. Totally different.
That's true. Because if you, I would rather 43 and sunny than like 55 and overcast. Overcast, I'll feel colder. That direct sunlight adds some good heat.
Yeah. Tricks the mind a little bit too. Also, like, oh yeah, it's not warm out here.
Direct sun, it just heats up your skin.
Yeah.
And then the gust of wind starts coming in. Oh man, it's cold as hell.
Yeah, well,
you get goosebumps on your skin. So Chiefs minus 2.5. I think it's a lock. So my next two bets here, I don't really have numbers to back this up, but I do have a feeling based on quotes, based on the way Andy Reid is, that I think Kadarius Toney is going to have his best week of the season this week. And I'm not even banking on him doing that much based on my bets here. I have him going over 25 yards receiving. Look at last week. Rice fumbles the ball. What happened on the next drive? We get the ball. A quick screen to Rashee Rice. We get the ball right back in his hands right away. Toney's facing criticism pretty much all season, but nothing worse than what he got this week. I thought what he got during the Detroit Lions game was bad, but this was pretty rough.
You never thought it would go lower than that, huh?
I didn't think he could. And he was getting skewered on every hot take show, every NFL personality saying he's not.
Really?
Everyone's been skewering. There's the reason why the Giants got off this guy. Like, you're seeing it now, why the Chiefs were able to get him at such a cheap price. I mean, I think Andy, you saw what Kelsey said on his podcast. Kelsey said this is the one of the most dynamic playmakers on our team. Mahomes went on and said KT just got to be him. He's got to be who he is. Andy said that, he's going to learn from this and we're going to continue to go on from here. So I think he's going to make it a point of emphasis to get him the ball early, and we'll see what happens. I think Tony's going to have a really big game. For the fact that he hasn't really exploded this year, I'm still going to err on the side of caution. That's why I'm doing only 25 yards. I believe his actual line is 14.5 yards receiving, but I actually sold points on this one, and I took it at 25 yards receiving because I think if he catches two balls, I think he'll at least have 25 yards receiving, which brings me to my next bet, which is having Kadarius Toney over 1.5 catches. I think he'll easily get over two catches on Sunday, easily. Like quick screens, little bubble screen, just get the ball in his hand, maybe jet motion, little pop thing to him and get him going right away. I just think they're going to look for ways to get him the ball and just try to make him show off his playmaking abilities, because that's the kind of team we are. When guys get shit on, they kind of want to get them the ball and just show the world like, hey, like, this guy is legit, and look at him. So so I'm really backing Toney this week. We kind of talked about it on our show this week, JD, that like I think Tony's gonna have a bounce back week, and I think it's just very, very much like the Chiefs to put the ball in the guy who messed up the week before to kind of like silence the doubters.
Right. I agree with you. So you had 25 yards. That's it.
Well, yeah, 25 yards, and actually it's actually sold points on that, JD, because the Vegas line for him is 14.5 yards receiving. So I was like, you know what, I think he's having a better game than that. So I went ahead and did 25, which is like plus 180, which is actually pretty good. So
points. Okay. Here I am asking questions now. Right.
So, no, that's a good question. So for example, the Vegas line for the game is 37.5 points for the over under.
Okay.
Teja, in his bet, he sold points and he took it at under 44.5, right, Teja? 44.5.
Okay.
I bought the over.
Yeah. Oh, you bought points. You bought points. Okay. All right. So that's the opposite. That's buying points, JD. So what Teja did with that, that's buying points. So selling points would have been if Teja were to go 37.5. He said, actually, I think this game is going to be really low scoring. So I'm gonna sell points and I'm gonna go take it under 31 points.
I got you. Yeah.
So he's going the opposite way. So we're 44. He's actually losing a little bit of value in it. But if he sells points, he's actually getting more for if that hits. It's more like it's like an underdog kind of bet. You're picking something that they don't actually expect to happen.
Sure. Okay.
So you get more money for that.
All right. Okay.
So I'm selling yards in this case.
I got you. Right.
That's my best way of explaining that.
On it.
More risk.
No, I see what you're saying. I got it now. It's a good explanation. Okay. I never heard it like when you explained it. Now it makes sense when you said that.
Yeah, I spent years asking questions of this guy. He's giving me a lot of my betting knowledge. This guy, he told me to be a degenerate at a very young age, JD.
Okay.
I don't even think it's a good thing, but yeah, okay.
Okay, we're not betting thousands of dollars here. We're betting a couple bucks here.
No, now it's okay. I'm saying when you said when you're a kid, it makes it sound I'm like taking you to the racetrack.
Yeah.
You're a dad.
Yeah. 10-year-old.
Yeah.
Get him out of school early.
Marcus
Pick him up
out
from
there
school
like,
to
hey,
go to the dog track.
Right.
You're like the Chaz Palminteri. You're taking me out like a Bronx Tale, dude.
Yeah, this kid's
Yeah,
good
yeah.
luck. This kid, he's good luck.
Yeah. We're gonna bet on the ponies today. How about that, Marcus? Yeah.
Yeah,
Let's go up to the park. Yeah.
What are you gonna tell your mother? What are you gonna tell? Where are you gonna tell me were? Getting ice
Right.
cream. That's right. Getting ice cream.
Very much how it was like, but mostly on the computer, like they're looking at NFL bets.
Yeah. It was locking doors and looking at stats. That's what that was instead.
So to Tony, and then we got Rashid Rice. I mean, we say it every week. I mean, his numbers will continue to only go up. He is the guy I think that Belichick's going to try his hardest to take out Kelsey and let the other guys who everyone not really buying kind of win this game for us offensively. And I think Rice is going to do his 40 yards, especially if I think Tony's going to have his kind of game. And if he does have a big game, they might actually put more of an emphasis on Tony. But I think Rice is going to get his standard. He should at least get 50 yards. But I think 40 is a good spot for him here. And then my final bet, I'm going to go on the Patriots side here. I'm going to go Hunter Henry. So the last 2 weeks has been Bailey Zappi's show. Bailey Zappi's been targeting him, not a decent amount. Nothing that like really excites me for this he had 2 weeks ago, he had 2 catches. And then last week he had 3 catches, 2 of which were touchdowns. I haven't gotten over 2.5 catches this week. And my main reason behind that is for the fact that we're pretty depleted in the safety department. Earlier on the season, we were kind of getting eaten up by tight ends. We've kind of come around a little bit on that. Dawson Knox actually had a decent game against us. We stopped Kincaid pretty well, but Knox actually had a pretty decent game, which is kind of surprising. But Mike Edwards has been sick all week. He has not practiced yet. Obviously, Brian Cook is still weeks away from coming back. Justin Reed has been on the injury report. I believe he logged a full practice today, so I don't think we're going to miss him this weekend. I think he'll be there. But they're saying that Shamari Connor, the rookie who actually had a pick last week, will be getting more reps at safety. He's a rookie, and Hunter Henry's a proven tight end. And obviously, we shut down leading receivers. So I think Zappe, as a quarterback who has been checking down his running backs and his tight ends over the last few weeks, I think over 2.5 catches. I think Hunter Henry's definitely gonna get 3 catches this week. If I was, like bigger balls, I put my mortgage on it. No, I actually wouldn't do that. But I think 2.5 catches. I think it's pretty solid, especially when we're depleted with the safeties. We do a good job guarding receivers. I don't think Juju's gonna have a big game. I don't think Devontae Parker's gonna have a good game. I think I think Hunter Henry's gonna be their one guy. And I mean, I'm not saying he's gonna have a big game overall. I could see him having 3 catches, like 25 yards or something like that. But yeah, that's my 5th and final bet, and that's 25 to win 200 smackaroos. JD, what you thinking, buddy?
So I'm missing one of your bets. Chiefs 2.5, KT over 25 yards, Rice 40 yards, Hunter Henry 2.5 catches. What's up?
Tony over 1.5 catches.
Oh, 1.5? Okay.
Yep.
All right. All righty. So, obviously, I like the Chiefs. The 2.5 makes sense, right? I think it's a done deal, right? I think we blow them out. I said it's going to be a blowout. Got on the me and Barbershop was talking on his show, and I felt like, the things that Belichick does, like you said, trying to stop Kelsey. But I think, man, just this week is just a great week for it. It's just a great week for it. All the controversy, everything's been going on. It's time to hit people over the head. So I think at 2.5 is easy. KT 1.5 yards. Now look, I agree with you. And so I haven't really, I'm sure a lot of criticism is going on. I don't know. I haven't really been in that to listen to a whole lot of it, to be honest with you. We've just been kind of at least trying to give somewhat of a spotlight on the refereeing and stuff like that, right? We just want to kind of talk about it in itself. But look, we understand guys make mistakes, but I think these guys are rallying behind it, right? Like you said, Patrick Mahomes came to his defense. Travis Kelce came to his defense. We came to the defense. Look, he made a mistake, but we know he's still a baller. We understand that. We know he's a good receiver. There's no doubt about it. So over 1.5, is definitely a done deal. I think we do get the ball to him. We're going to see a little bit more from him this week. And so that 1.5 seems easy, especially going to the third one, which the over to 25 yards. I think that's going to happen. I think he's really going to try to ball out right now this game. So looking for Kadarius Toney to have a really, really solid game this week. Rashid Rice, 40 yards. I think he still gets that same thing, the little screens, slants, 40 yards is definitely doable. It's a great bet. Now, the Hunter Henry, 2.5 catches. The only thing.
JD, JD, we can't hear you, buddy. JD. No, still can't hear you, buddy. No. Little technical difficulties. It happens, guys.
Though Teja's bets are the best. Yeah, I agree. Hey, I agree, man.
No, still can't hear you, brother. Maybe come back out and come back in.
Yeah.
Maybe come back out and come back in. That could work. Let's see.
You like that one? Well, while he's figuring that out, one other one I was going to do, I was very close to doing it. Nick Bolton tackles.
Yeah, I think
if it stays remotely close, dude, they're going to be running the ball 25, 30 times that game.
No, yeah, 100%. No,
I think it's 4.5 tackles.
Nah, I still can't hear you, buddy.
Yeah, I can't hear you.
Does it come back out? Yeah. Yeah, no, Bolton was clear.
4.5 tackles is pretty low.
Yeah. No, I agree. Another one I like a lot. They haven't posted it yet, but it's Ezekiel Elliott. Over whatever his line is for catches. It's gone up the last 2 weeks. Though. A couple weeks ago it was 1.5, one was 2.5, and that's gone up. So we'll see.
They wisened up, man.
They did wisen up. Let's see. JD's coming back on. Let's see. Moment of truth here. JD.
Yeah, I can hear you, JD.
All right. Can you hear me?
Yeah, there he is.
Okay.
Back, baby.
Yeah, my wife was calling in between. I was just like, okay.
Yeah, I figured.
All right. So from what I looked at, I'm just saying Gesicki might take away from Hunter Henry's catches. That's what I was saying. Does he eat into that? I don't know. But as far as like looking at the bets, man, they all look pretty good. Leaning toward it, the only one was, you said McKinnon was supposed to be 2.5.
Yeah, McKinnon was over 2.5 catches.
2.5 catches on Teja.
Yep.
And this is just me hoping that we're not kicking field goals. This is me hoping we're not kicking field goals. Okay.
Yeah.
This is
you got to bet with your head, JD. Not your heart. Come on.
I know it. Hey, look, I got to bet with my head right here. Okay. Buckner, I think we keep him cold, man. Keep him on ice. Okay. Keep him on the sideline, man. We're going for touchdowns. I don't think field goals do anything for us confidence wise. We are going for the juggler. And I think this is the team to do it for. Throw some a little dirt over Belichick this week. So with me saying this, Tage, I think he has some really good bets, great arguments on those things. I'm gonna have to go with Marcus on this one this week, though. I'm gonna go with Marcus on this one. I like the money coming back from it. But yeah, that's the only thing. And that's the only, and Tage, that's the only reason I think, man, is because the McKinnon one and Buckner.
We need to win. We need to win though, and this team can't score. So 3 field goals from Buckner could win this game.
It could, no doubt about it. But I think right now, I think we're putting everybody on notice, and I think if it's 4th down, we're going for it. If it's close, we got to go. That's the mentality now. I really do.
Wow.
And I think right now at this moment, it's all about us. And field goals is just not going to do it for us. I think we're not going to be satisfied with that right now, especially with a flailing team like, with the Patriots. Shoot, hey man, why not go up there, man, and just do it on them? I think it's the week to do it. So Hopefully that's a response.
Hopefully. Yeah, I mean, I think this week the bets I have here, and that's the thing with the Tony one. It's not so much of there's no trends to go by that. I just saw and I just think knowing the team that with the way we do, I just think those are bets we kind of need to hop on. Like when you see things, you're like, okay, I know the way we are. I'm going to act on it because obviously, look at his numbers. Like, oh wait, there's nothing that indicates he'll have over 25 yards and over 1.5 catches because our offense has just been so up and down and not really making sense as far as getting the ball to certain guys. I think Tony's it's a prime spot for him to have a blow up spot.
Me too. And sometimes you got to go off, you got to go off your feelings. You got to go on the field, right? I mean, this is part of what the bet is. Like, I feel like he's going to go off this week. I really do. The guy's been getting a lot of it. And so, hey, man, shoot, feed the guy. Feed him, okay?
Prime blow-up spot? Do you think he blew up our win last week?
This guy.
Teja. Oh, my gosh.
We have first take to hear those kind of comments, Teja. We don't talk like those Chiefs.
Man.
Hey, Teja, but it wasn't always him. It wasn't play that defined the game. We shouldn't look at it that way, right?
Yeah. So, yeah. No, I was just kidding around, but yeah, I mean,
I know you were.
I've made my opinion on that whole thing. We need ref consistency is what we need. That's what Yeah.
Tough crowd. Jeez.
And it's good, like we said, this could be the last time we see Bill Belichick on the New England sideline. Maybe we've seen him 2 times a year going forward after this.
If I tell you what, if they decide to get Bill Belichick, that would be one of the most ridiculous decisions. I don't see how that would work. I don't know why he would go out. I mean, it'll work for him, but I wouldn't want Belichick, man, just needs to, hey, man, appreciate it, Bill. I don't see any vision there. Let me put it that way. They were asking for vision. I don't see any vision other than trying to do it the Patriots way. And that's not going to work in that locker room. It's just not. It isn't.
It rarely works around the league.
No, it does. You're right.
I think
it's too hard to go out there and try to establish that right now.
2 reasons why I think it could happen. They got rid of coach and GM. So that means it's not like they're forcing someone to take Bill on. It's a totally new, clean slate they'll probably try next year with a guy from top down. And if they want to go build, like, who do you recommend for GM, which is basically his puppet anyway. 2 is that Chargers are so desperate. People, they don't have fans. They're not going to games. They need like a rebranding. And if you're going to rebrand, Belichick's not a bad guy to try to rebrand with.
Yeah.
They're desperate. They're really desperate.
Maybe they go get a guy like Gruden.
Wow. Have you seen the reports, JD? Apparently, the Raiders aren't ruling out a reunion.
Oh.
And apparently, it's a thing. If he were to get hired back by the Raiders, he would end his lawsuit and not bring out all the emails, the exposure that he was going to put the NFL on. That's like the rumors I've been reading online about that.
Oh.
Crazy world, man.
It is.
Well, that does it for us, guys. We hope everybody enjoys the bets, the fight. We try to make it fun for you guys and also kind of a learning experience for everybody as well. But we also hope it becomes lucrative. We hope we're going to hit one of these bets one of these days. I mean, that's the thing. You don't have to take all 5 of them if you like 2 of them. If you just like the Tony bets, which I actually may just do Tony, like a whole full-on Tony bet this week. Maybe even do a little bit more than 25 yards, but I thought 25 was a safe spot for him. But yeah, if you just feel strongly about 2 of the bets, place 25 on those 2 bets, and that's it. Call it a night. But yeah, so we'll be on Sunday right after the Patriots and Chiefs game, which it's a 1:00 game. So we'll be on probably around like 4:30 Eastern Standard Time Sunday. Gentlemen, hope you guys have a good Friday night. I hope you guys have a good weekend.
All right, fellas. Y'all take care, man.
Love you guys.
Be good.
I love you.
Love you.
Bye.
See you guys. Hi, everybody. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out the best clips from Chief Concerns. And if you prefer to listen to the show, subscribe and follow us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and anywhere else you get your podcasts.